Welcome to the podcast mini series, How to Plan Your Wedding in 10 Days. I'm Andie, the founder of the Bridal Journey, and along with me, I've got Georgie from After the Rock, and we're going to guide you through planning your wedding in just 10 days. So, in today's episode, we're talking about fashion and your wedding wardrobe and how to get that sorted. So, let's explore how to choose attire that fits your style, timeline, and budget. Georgie, what's your advice for brides starting their wedding wardrobe search?
I think it's great to start by, you might have already done this, but saving images of dresses from past brides that you've loved or from old, vintage photographs from weddings bygone. I think that's a really lovely spot to start. And maybe you might then find from saving those that you start to like lean towards a certain designer. I do really recommend going to like a trusted bridal shop and going and trying on styles because you just don't know what is actually you can have ideas in your head of what you want, but you're not going to know exactly what it looks like on you. So I definitely recommend going and seeing the gowns. Normally there's a lot of the time there is a fee for you to go and try on the gowns because these bridal stores often buy those dresses and then that's their kind of sample dress and then they buy from there. So that's considered they call it like demi couture. So basically you try on the exact style and then you get that dress ordered. So you normally need, anywhere up to a year, but usually around that sort of 6 to 9 month mark is kind of where it sits of when you need to secure your dress. So I definitely recommend doing that. I'm loving the vintage sites too at the moment and the vintage stores like Tab in LA and like there's so many stunning old dresses that are just coming back again, gorgeous old Valentino and
I
yeah,
feel like that's
stunning.
what everyone's doing. That's going to be, I think, the big trend for the next year or two is people getting archive dresses.
Yeah, we're
Very
seeing it at
much
like the Golden Globes and
Kim
like
Kardashian, 90s
exactly.
Versace old bridal gowns that are really hard to source. Yeah, I'm
Exactly,
doing a
for
blog
today.
post on it soon. So,
Oh,
I mean,
good.
it will be out by the time people listen to this podcast, but
Yeah,
I'll give some tips and things like that. So, head to our blog for that one.
amazing.
And then, any advice if someone, is a bit on a budget or time schedule in trying to find something?
Yeah, so just actually touching just before that on couture. So if you're wanting to get something completely customized,
Yep.
definitely go meet the designer. Ideally, be someone that is like within your city or state, because you will need to go back and forth. But you want to get a really good rapport with them and make sure that you don't want to try and get those designers to make something that is different to what they currently already make because you want to like lean in, I guess, to the style of the person that you're working alongside as well. Definitely for people that are trying to work to a particular budget. Uh, a lot of brands now also have like a diffusion range, or they might also like have ranges that are just white dresses on like Net-a-Porter or some of those online stores that you can actually order these amazing dresses and try them on and send them back if they're not right. And they can be incredible designer dresses. They're just not a bridal gown, so they just don't have that price tag.
And a tip might be for that is order a size up and then get it tailored to your size.
Totally. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
tailoring can make all the difference, can't it, to a piece? So maybe
Definitely.
if you're a size 8, get a size 10 and get that tailored to your body shape.
Exactly, and same with if you're looking at vintage dresses, like, just make sure you factor in time to have them tailored once they arrive as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. And we're talking about a lot of people are starting to look at hiring a stylist to help with the whole wedding day look. Is
Yeah.
that something that you also suggest to do if your budget allows?
Yeah, I think that it needs to be quite a healthy budget in order to be able to bring someone like that on board. Stylists don't come at me, but from my experience, it's normally our really high-end weddings that are bringing on board stylists, and it's incredible because they really do. Like, they obviously it's
Pull the
kind
look together. Mm.
they pull the whole look together from top to bottom and with shoes and accessories and gowns and they have connects with people that we wouldn't normally have connects with. So, they might be getting an incredible designer, creating something totally unique for the bride that you haven't seen anywhere. And you'd only get that through a stylist eye who have seen it all.
And another tip would be, I guess, to get your makeup trial done on the day that you're trying on wedding dresses. Because get your hair and makeup done how you might wear on your wedding. Make sure you're looking and feeling good because it's a big day ahead. Plan it with your girlfriends or mum or whoever it might be, someone special, and spend a whole day doing it because it can be a bit draining.
Yeah, look, I do recommend probably only doing like maximum 2 gown stores in a day because it is exhausting and you don't wanna get confused about what you've seen, and narrow it down before you go. Like, go online, and if there's like you don't see anything you like at that store, don't waste your time, don't waste their time. Like, just go to the ones that you actually are like, "Okay, I am quite interested in some dresses from here." Um, a lot of dress shops will actually tell you not to have any makeup on.
Oh.
Because you're gonna I know it's a wonderful idea, but maybe for later on with the fittings, but a lot of them can be a little bit funny about that
So check
because
before.
check before, because you don't wanna have
Or a
gone and
spray
got
tan
this.
maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, spray tan's okay, but you don't wanna have done this amazing glam and then they ask you to maybe take it off even because you're trying on all their incredible white gowns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And next with our glam, any tips for makeup and hair?
Look, I think that, how you look and feel on the day is the most important thing, really. And I think that glam is so important that you feel like yourself and the best version of yourself. So look online, like look at who your friends have worked with for their weddings. If you really loved their makeup, look online for incredible makeup artists, reach out to them. A lot of editorial makeup artists are a little bit funny about doing weddings, they don't love doing them. So reach out, see if there's someone that would do that, and definitely get a trial. I definitely think that glam is something that's worth investing in because you need to look good in person, on camera, on film, and it needs to last all night long. So for me, glam is like one of the most important things to invest in. And also, they're with you during that time where you're getting ready for the most important day of your life. And they're with you all morning and all day. So you want to make sure that you've got a really good rapport with them as well. It's just as important.
And I remember someone telling me a tip to just rewinding back to looking for a wedding dress. And it was thinking about when you felt your best and what that piece looked like. And, did it have sleeves? Was it strapless? Why did that kind of, those particular pieces in your wardrobe, like dress wise, make you feel really good? And what was it about them when you're kind of on the hunt for a dress?
Absolutely. And also listen to the stylists, like the bridal stylists in the stores too are pretty incredible and they can look at your body and like they don't know you, but they can be like, just try this. Like listen to them and maybe try something you wouldn't normally try. I
Mm.
know for me, the dress that I tried on, it was the first dress I tried on and it was something I would not normally pick. So, and I loved it. And to this day, I'm like, it was the perfect pick for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah. Thanks.
It was, was it halter and it
Yes.
had the low back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Yes, I remember. Timeless, timeless,
But it
I
was
would
also
say.
at the time really unusual.
Yes.
Like no one had worn a halter neck. Like it was weird
Yeah,
to
it's
wear it
beautiful.
then. Whereas now it's like a bit 90s and a bit cool.
Yeah, yeah. We've gone back. It's a full cycle.
Exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. So tune in for next week. We're talking about securing your vendors. And don't forget, in our show notes, we've got a downloadable PDF that you can fill in whilst you're planning your wedding.